They are jealous of your personality and the way people are attracted to you. When people are jealous of your personality, that cuts a lot deeper than when somebody is just envious and jealous of what you have. When someone is jealous of your personality, they are jealous because people are attracted to you. People are drawn to you. You are easy to talk to, easy to get along with. And people who hate on and are jealous of people with good personalities, it's because they see a fracture in their own personality. They wonder why people don't gravitate to them, and they don't understand that what's on the inside of them comes out. People who hate on and are jealous of people with good personalities, it's because the people who are jealous spend too much of their time worrying about how other people perceive them. While we want people to perceive us all in a good light, jealous people are often more concerned with standing their ground, making sure everybody takes them seriously, and in doing so, nobody takes them seriously. In doing so, nobody pays them any attention because they took that out of balance. They don't understand, and you see this with a lot of women who are more hard, more masculine in nature. They don't understand that you can be taken seriously as a woman. You can have respect as a woman by using your femininity and being a kind, gentle, lighthearted person. But they don't understand that. And when they come across you with your easygoing personality, with your easy to talk to self, they get very agitated by the fact that people are around you. And then not just the fact that people gravitate to you. When women are jealous of other women and their personality, it's often because the woman they're jealous of has more to offer than just the shallow things that they themselves talk about. Women who are jealous of the personality of other women, it's often because the women they're jealous of, they have deeper connections to themselves, to people, to God than they themselves. We live in a very shallow type of culture where women are only being taught how to look good on the outside, how to keep up with pop culture, how to keep up with reality TV, how to keep up with the trends, but they're not being taught how to be well-rounded and grounded spiritually. They're not being taught to take care of their business, to take care of their homes, to be good, relationship material. They're not being taught that it's the true essence of who a woman is that causes people to gravitate to them. They're being taught to be men in dresses. So when they come across women who actually carry themselves like women, women who actually have people around them that want to be around them, they can't stand it. Jealous women, while I don't really subscribe or really see this written, that so-called monitoring spirit that people like to talk about, in my eyes, that's nothing more than a woman, or a person for that matter, but I'm speaking to women, who watches the every move of another person with the intent to do them some kind of harm, whether it be mentally, physically, or any other way. And you do have to be mindful of those type of people. I wouldn't call it a monitoring spirit. I would call them a jealous person. I would call them a hater. I would call them an envious person that is too busy watching somebody else's life and not focusing on their own. I saw this video on TikTok of a young lady, and she had the heading that said monitoring spirit. And she was on the DJ booth. She had a cute red dress on. She was in the DJ booth. She was DJing at a skating rink, it looked like. And you look across the way and you see a woman just staring at her, like, just looking at her. And she called that a monitoring spirit. I believe that's just a hater. That's a jealous woman. And all of us have been, I believe a lot of us as women have been in that situation where you could be seemingly minding your business and you just happen to feel like you can kind of feel when somebody's staring at you, and you just look over and see a woman just giving you the Hawkeye. She's giving you the Hawkeye, like she's about to come pounce on you. And you look over like, what in the world is she looking at? Why is she staring at me? What is the problem? And in that moment, it's like you have to decide, okay, am I going to stoop to that level, or am I going to continue to mind my business? See, women who like to stare at other women, not for the sake of admiring them, but they're so-called, as we call it, giving them the skunk eye. They're just staring at them in that very like threatening, trying to intimidate you kind of way. It's because they're jealous of you. It's because they see things in you that they themselves do not have. They could see you, and I've been in this situation where I've been having a conversation with multiple people, man and woman, and I'll look across the way, or somebody will walk by, she'll walk by and just stare at me, roll her eyes, all because I guess I'm portraying too much happiness. I'm smiling too much. I'm giggling too much while I'm talking. These are the weird traits that you see in a jealous, envious woman. They're very irritated by happiness. They're very irritated by joy. If you are the type of woman that is kind and easily gravitates to people, you are a people person. You like to, be in the mix of things. You like to talk to people because you're just kind that way. I'm not going to edit that out, so I hope you stayed with me. But you're just kind that way. You like to talk. You like to, be in the company of decent people, and you're not going to hold yourself back and try to be more serious, all because your lightheartedness is making somebody upset. And people, especially women who have that jealous, envious, as some of you might say, monitoring spirit, they hate to see another woman happy. They hate to see another woman being admired by somebody else, whether it be man or woman. God forbid, if you're a woman that, knows somebody and she introduced you to a friend, a family member, and you click with that friend or family member, suddenly a jealous woman will become your enemy because she didn't introduce you for the purpose of you taking her shine, still in her, position. And I know that sounds odd, but a lot of women who are jealous and envious, they see it that way. They see it as you stepping in the way of them shining. They don't understand that their light can shine just as bright even if you're around. But a woman who is jealous and envious, she feels like there can only be one. There could only be one woman getting attention. There could only be one woman talking to, a man and being happy. It's that weird type of dynamic. And I'm going to go back to that so-called monitoring spirit, that hateration spirit, that jealous spirit, a woman that constantly likes to stare you down. Now, I don't believe that there are any type of spirits that supersede God, which is the reason why I don't subscribe to the whole monitoring spirit, because nothing is greater than God. No matter what somebody tries to do to me, no matter how somebody tries to steal my shine, no matter how upset their little demonic spirit gets, they can never supersede God. So I just don't have that kind of fear. But dealing with a woman who is jealous and envious, and she loves to stare you down as to try to make you feel uncomfortable, those type of women can be very dangerous. And if you don't know how to deal with them, and if you don't keep your guard up around them or get yourself away from them, they can cause you harm, be it mentally, psychologically, or physically. Because women who are jealous and envious, they have no problems getting physical with you. And that's a very ghetto, ratchet mentality. When you're a teenager, when you're in your early 20s, I'm not going to say I understand, but it's more acceptable for a teenager to want to lay hands on somebody to get ready to fight, because that's their nature. They're immature. They don't know any better. But a jealous woman, even in her well into her 30s, her 40s, her 50s, even so on, when they have that jealous, envious, venomous spirit, they have no problem wanting to fight. And women who feel like their first resort is to fight and get physical with another woman, she is a bottom of the barrel mentality woman. She is the type of woman that feels like she has nothing to lose. And when you're dealing with a woman who is jealous and envious and willing to get physical, she feels like she has nothing to lose. Women that understand that we don't fight our battles physically, number one, it's spiritually. Number two, that is an absolute last resort. That's a defense mechanism. If somebody's coming at you, you have to defend yourself. But jealous, envious women, those women who seek to intimidate and try to threaten other women, they are very jealous, they're very envious and immature. You have to really know with the person you're dealing with. And a woman who likes to stare at other women, I believe, not for an admiration, but because they're jealous, that is something that is taught. I truly believe that. I didn't experience that heavy until I moved to the city that I'm currently in. And I've been here for upwards over 20 years now. So I don't really worry about those things now. I don't deal with those things as much. But when I was younger, I dealt with that all the time. Women just look at you, stare you up and down. Like, what do they say? They're sizing you up. And it's like, wait a minute, like what happened? Did I do something? Did I hit you? Did I bump into you? What happened? And it took me a while to realize that and the reason why it took me a while to realize this is because when you have humility and you kind of been taught to not think of yourself more highly than what you should, which you shouldn't, you don't want to be selfish and overbearing and, have an unhealthy love for yourself. But when you don't have any self-love, you feel like you're doing too much and that's making people not like you. When you recognize that it's a jealous spirit, that people can be jealous and envious and just wicked and not like you, even when you're not doing anything to provoke them, that is a jealous person. And when I realized that, I started to, number one, stop looking as if I did something wrong. Stop seeing, looking at myself as if, okay, am I doing too much? Am I being too much? No, that person is just a hater. That person is jealous. That person refuses to work on themselves, and instead they envy and get jealous of every woman they see who is doing the things that they refuse to do. Getting your hair done, that's something very simple. But a woman will walk out the house with her dirty hair, dirty clothes, pajamas she slept in, and roll her eyes at a woman who had the audacity to take time to do her hair and put her clothes on before she went to the store. See, ladies don't understand a lot of times. These are things that you can fix. You don't have to walk out the house looking like yesterday's trash. You really don't. You don't have to walk out the house looking like you smell. You ever see a picture of somebody and you can just tell they smell? It's like, that might sound mean to some people, but the way you carry yourself as a woman matters. And when a woman is jealous and envious, it's almost never a woman that looks better than you or has more attraction from other people than you. I just have to say what it is. A lot of times the women who hate on you or are jealous of you, they have the potential to be doing well. They have the potential to enhance their beauty and just be great people. But because they spend so much of their time focused on you and other women and trying to bring down other women and intimidate with their stares and skunk eyes and rolling of the eyes and all these other little foolish things that insecure women do, they find themselves being the villain in a lot of people's story. They find themselves being the ones that men run away from. They find themselves being the ones that are always on the defense because they put themselves in that position. When women are not comfortable being happy, being joyful, and truly showing themselves to be soft women because they have been programmed to believe that being soft is a weakness, that femininity is a weakness, when they come across feminine women, they will look at you as if you are just not right. They'll look at you like, you're doing too much. Why are you smiling? Why is she so happy? What is he saying that's that funny? What is he saying that's this or that? Why is she always, kikiing with other people? They're very upset by normal, natural things. They're upset by healthy communication. And the crazy thing about it, if you dare to try to engage with a woman like that, you're going to have to put away every ounce of kindness, every ounce of gentleness, every ounce of womanly that you have in you. And you're going to have to approach her like a real man, for lack of another word. When I've been in those